Now, you may not realise this, but you're actually our first man on balance.
Really? I'm privileged.
Yeah,
Very privileged.
yeah, it's the first bloke.
Wow.
Which is actually quite appropriate, being the fact that you actually wrote a book on the balanced garden.
Is that wonderful?
I know, I love that. I love that. So tell me, I want to know, I mean, you're very well renowned, obviously, as one of the world's greatest sort of landscape gardeners. But where did it all start? Your parents were really keen gardeners, weren't they?
My mother was a very keen gardener. And actually, my grandmothers were very keen gardeners.
Okay.
And my father's mother had a wonderful vegetable garden. She came from the country, and she had this wonderful vegetable garden. She had chickens. I used to love going and visiting her and when picking through the garden, and she would go and cook the things that I'd pick. But my mother had a lovely stylish garden, and very important to her was the fashion of plants, and she was actually a good plants woman, so she collected plants.
Right.
And she passed that ability on to me, because every child, she had 4 children, got their own plot of land in the garden.
Oh, really?
And you could do whatever you liked with it.
How fun.
So I started off with the 8 seed packet, just sprinkled them all over the place and saw them grow, and then it developed into a glass house. Quite sophisticated.
So your little plot became a glass house. How old were you then?
About 7.
Okay.
And then insisted that it became a fernery, and I put ponds in there, and at one stage my parents said, "Can you just stop changing it and enjoy what's there?" So I think that's what encouraged me to come on and do design.
How fabulous is that? What a great sort of structure to start with. Did she plant her own garden? Because what are we talking about? In what era are we talking about?
It was the 60s.
The 60s.
Yeah.
Okay. And she actually sort of designed the way she wanted.
She did, and it was very much, she was caught that period between native gardens were very popular, and then she wanted to introduce some exotics. So it was that changeover period from really hardcore native gardens to doing more sort of softer English-inspired gardens.
Yeah.
So it was constantly changing. That's the thing I liked about it.
What a great idea, having your own plot of land. That's a fantastic idea for people now, because we're sort of going back into trying to plant our own herbs and vegetables.
And I'm finding, like, increasingly so, people are asking for plots of lands for the kids. I mean, vegetable gardens are very popular, herb gardens are very popular. But a lot of people are saying, look, my child's very interested in gardens, and so we have to have some little spot for them to do it.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Is that sort of a recent thing that you've noticed?
Like in the last 10 years. Yeah. Like 10 years ago, people were just interested in the look of the garden.
Yeah.
It was almost like a status symbol. We have to have a good garden. We've got to get a good garden designer in. And it really has changed, in the last decade. People are actually wanting to be a bit more productive, but they're wanting their children to be involved.
I love that idea.